Hello everyone and welcome to Call Sign Charlie Models. It is time for another inbox review, and today we have an absolutely massive inbox review. The 135th Dora from Soar Art Workshop, designed and manufactured here in Hong Kong. And this is also from Metal Troops Creation right here. So this is going to be an absolutely massive kit. We have some great box art on the very front, and then on the sides we have some actual photos of the Dora right here, and also during the manufacture of the Dora as well. Sadly, the box is so big and so heavy I can't really pick it up and maneuver it around to show you in camera, but I can tell you there are some nice photos on the side of this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up for the inbox review. This is going to be a fairly long video, so go ahead and grab your popcorn and get cozy, because this is going to be a really nice inbox review. So I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, so we're back and we're going to start off with the instructions. We have a nice little booklet here. It is a very thick booklet, as you can see right here. And let's see if we can get a total page count. 38 pages total, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot going on with this. So we open it up and we have the nice little history about the Dora Railway Gun right here, and the actual diameters of the railway gun as well. Then again, continue on with the history of it. Some more photos. These are the repeats from what is on the side of the box. I was not able to show you, but as you can see, some very nice reference photos right there, and just the size and magnitude of the barrel, as you can see somebody standing in it right there. And then continue on more of the repeats from the side of the box as well. Alright, so moving on with our paint reference colors, we just have the standard colors. I think these are from GSI, Cross Mr. Color, and Aqueous Hobby Color. We're using silver, flat black, red brown, and mahogany for these colors right here. Then we have our sprue callouts, or our parts list going on. We have a lot of parts going on with this kit right here. So just moving along right through here. And a lot of the parts are very large. So this is going to be a huge, massive kit when it is all done. So now we're going to start the actual kit. I'm not sure what these parts are actually for. So as you can see, it looks like we're adding some braces or something like that. Maybe for the rail car right here. And just moving right along through that. Some more parts for our rail car right here. We have 4 of each of these right here. And then moving on, adding in some more parts right there. Looks like our deck for one of our rail cars right here. Adding in some more detail parts right through there. Just tons of detail going on to this kit right here. As you can see, just going through. Still working on our rail cars. Now it looks like we're starting to work on our barrel. Yep, so now we got our barrel. This is a 2-piece barrel right here. I do know that some of the later production kits did have a 1-piece PVC barrel included in it. So if you get one of the later production ones, they will have a 1-piece PVC pipe barrel on there. See, just adding in all the other details to it, adding in some more walkways and railings on there, and ladders. Then we do get a cannon shell, or a few cannon shells I think, to go onto here. This is going to be absolutely massive. Continue on. Alright, and then we are getting that whole gun assembly attached to our 4 rail cars right here. See, and then we're adding in some more detail parts like our crane hook right here. Now we're going to be working on our railway right there, and then we have the pictures of the finished model right there. Again, this is going to be absolutely massive when it is all done. Alright, so starting off with the kit. The kit does come packaged fairly well. We do have what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little boxes, not little boxes, but boxes that have all the parts separated. So first off, we have what looks to be the end caps to our base right here. Again, it has the connection point for our railway tracks right here, and then we have some nice railway gravel right there as well. We get 2 of these to start off with. Alright, and then up next we have our gun. I don't know what these would be called, but again, absolutely massive on here. As you can see, we do have some nice cable detail going on in there as well. And give me a second, I'll get the actual measurement of this. One piece right here is a total of, in length, 40 inches or 1,010 millimeters by 7 1/4 inches or 85 millimeters for this one piece right here. And then on the other side of it, we have just the back of it, and there's not much to it, just a little bit of detail on the back side as well right here. So we get 2 sets of these right here. Alright, so up next we have our main bases right here. We get a total of 4 of these sheets right here. So kind of give you the estimate on how long this is going to be. So each base is 19 and 6/8, or not 6/8, almost 19 3/4 inches long by a width of about 10 3/4 total width right there. So this base alone is going to be absolutely massive. And again, we have some nice wood planks right here with the wood grain molded into it, as you can see right here. I'll try to get the camera to pop that out right there. Yeah, you can kind of see the wood grain in the woodwork, and also the gravel work on the underside as well. And all these pieces are nicely protected by a piece of foam as well. Alright, then also in this box we get 4 of these sprues right here. I'm not sure what these are for. Maybe they're connectors or something like that, but not much detail on these parts right here. Alright, so up next we get these side plates right here. We get 2 of these. There's no detail to the outside right here. It's nice and smooth. We do have the part number right here, M1. I'm not sure on how this is going to be, but we do have a few scratches, and that is because all this plastic right here is just kind of getting jumbled around in the bag. So there's one downside to this so far. Then we have this deck right here. We have some nice grading detail on here, but yeah, so I'm sure it's going to paint up really nice. It is in black plastic, so it might be a little bit of a pain, but you are going to be painting it pretty much black anyway, so I mean, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You are going to need a lot of paint for this. We do also have some sprue connection points right here that need to be cleaned up as well. Alright, then moving on to our sprue right here. A lot of little detail going on. This is the reverse side. As you can see right here, it looks like our shell transporter right there, and then some other details, some nice bolt detail on this. This kit is from 2007, so it is getting up there in age. The grading detail on there is okay. It could be better. But we'll see. I think there's a Photo-etch set that comes with this that might make that grading a little bit better. But for molding, that looks okay. And that is actually a hole for a connection point for something right there. Alright, and up next we have the start for our barrel assembly right here. Get zoomed out. This is, like I said, absolutely massive. This is pretty much, I mean, larger than any of the, or on the same size or scale of the fuselages of some of the modern day aircraft right here, as you can see with the size of my hands. The fit on it is actually pretty good, but yes, you're going to need some to fill in those seams right there, and it's going to take a lot of sanding to get that taken care of. But again, as you can see, the thing is absolutely massive on here. Alright, up next we have some more grading and work like that. So I mean, it's the same level of detail as the rest of the kit that we've seen so far, and all that. We get 2 of those sprues. Then we have some pieces right here. I'm not sure exactly what these are for. They kind of look like barrel, but they're a little bit small for the barrel as well. So we'll have to see what these pieces go to. Not much detail, just a little bit of bolt detail on the very edge right here, but that's about the extent of that. Alright, so up next we get another duplicate sprue. We get a total of 8 of these sprues. Again, I'm not sure exactly what all these parts are for, but again, some nice bolt detail. These pieces right here have some nice wood grain molded into it, and then everything else, like I said, I'm not really sure on how much detail is supposed to be on it or not, but again, a lot of little detail pieces going on right here. Okay, up next we have another double sprue right here. We get 2 of these. Again, some nice wood grain molded into the planking right here, and then the rest are just detail parts going on right through there. As you can see, a lot of plastic included in this kit. Alright, up next we get 3 of these sprues right here. Again, looks like some hand railing or something like that going on, and a few other details going through right here. Alright, so up next we have this sprue with some more detail parts, and we get an absolute ton. I lost count while I was trying to count how many of these sprues we get. But again, we have some like wheels going on right there, and some other attachment points and some framing going on. All on here, some hatch work with some anti-slip molded into this, a very light anti-slip texture on there, but again, very nicely done on that. And to show you the bag of this sprue that you get, that's all the same sprue right there. So I mean, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 18 that I can count right now, and then there's some on the other side as well. So I think there might be 36 of these sprues or 30 of these sprues in this bag. Our next couple bags is we have a spring for our barrel, so it will be a recoil barrel right there, and then also some brass wire and a couple springs actually included in this right here. Alright, and then we have our track wheels. We have a huge bag of track wheels right here. Again, not a lot of detail to them. And I think the later versions of this kit actually came with metal track wheels. So that might be a major upgrade, but these, for the most part, look okay. A little bit of stamping on the edge for the part number. That's one downside to it. So that's going to need to be sanded off, because I really doubt that the track wheels had B15 stamped on the side of them in real life. Alright, and then we have a bag of screws. This is what's going to be used to fasten the parts together at the very beginning of the video, the two sidewalls right there. So some large bolts as well. Alright, so up next we have another gigantic piece right here. This one is also very heavy chunk of plastic, and you can see all the detail that's going on onto the sides right here. So a lot of dry brushing and everything to bring out those details will really be beneficial. But you can see looking very nice, very heavy, very large. So the size of this piece right here alone is 14 inches or 13 3/4 inches roughly, and 350 millimeters, or 5 7/8 inches by, or 150 millimeters roughly right there. Alright, up next we do get metal tracks for this kit, which is definitely going to be needed for the weight of this kit right here. As you can see, nicely done. We do get a lot of these to cover the entire distance of the track right here, but definitely going to need some painting and weathering to get these up to look realistic, because they look like just straight aluminum right now. Alright, up next we have another multiple sprue bag. We get 20 of these sprues right here. And as you can see, we have some wheel detail right there, and then some other detail parts going on. I can't tell. Okay, that's not broken. But again, some nice detail going on right here. Alright, then moving along, we have this sprue right here. I'm not sure what all these parts are for, but this grating right here, again, same level of detail molded into it. Thinking these might be parts of the barrels or barrel supports or something like that. And then we have this other piece right here, which is just a end cap right here. Not much detail to that. Alright, and then we have these pieces right here, which I believe are that go on the rail cars. Again, chunky plastic, very, very thick and heavy plastic right here. Really going to be crucial for supporting the whole weight of this kit, because this is going to be a very heavy kit when it's all done. And we get 4 of those. Alright, so up next we have some Photo-etch grading going on right here. All very nice. As you can see right through there, all see-through. So that is going to look really nice when it's all done and weathered. Alright, so moving on, we just have a couple of pieces right here for supports. Not much detail to them, just a little bit of bolt detail right there. And then the same thing on this side. And then for this one, again, a little bit of bolt detail, but not much else to this set of parts right there. Alright, up next. Not sure what all these are for, as you can see. That we get 2 of these sprues as well. Okay, now we have some more grading. Same level of detail. Pieces are very long on here. We get these 2 end caps with this bag as well. Our next sprue is of some handrails right here. Again, a very long sprue for these handrails. Nice that they are in one piece, so you don't have to worry about gluing ends together. But again, very going to be hard to cut these off, clean them up, and make sure that they stay straight as well. Alright, so up next, again, another very long sprue. It looks like we have some more grading right here. Again, very, very large. All of our ladders and everything going on, and all that. as you can see right there, we get 2 of these sprues as well. Alright, up next some more railing, not much to this sprue. Alright, and then another sprue with some more handrails going on right here. Up next we have a very large sprue with some of our framing or support wall detail and everything going on right here. Not much detail to any of these pieces either. Alright, again some more walkways and a few other details going on with this one. Alright, again another heavy sprue with structure details and some more grading going on all through there. So again, not much detail. I think the black plastic really hides a lot of the grading on here. So when you see it in person or when you actually build it and weather it, I think that's all going to show up very nice on that. Alright, so up next we have some more structure detail in the next bag. Again, the grading on here is fairly decent. I'm sure when you paint it and weather it, I'm sure those will all pop up. I'm hoping that you can possibly see it on camera. I'm not sure. And then we have, like I said, some more structural detail right here. All these, and then we have this one right here. This piece is very thick and heavy as well. So I'm guessing that this one is going to be a major load bearer of the kit right there. Alright, up next we have another multiple sprue. We get a total of 4 of these sprues right here, as you can see. Flipping around, we do have a little bit of detail on this side of it, but not much. Alright, then we have some more. Can't be this many walkways on this kit, so those must be structural or something like that, but you can see right here. And then we have a piece, looks like the end of a barrel right here, some bolt detail on that as well. Alright, so up next we have a couple of sprues. Our shell went ahead and fell off, or 2 of the pieces. You can see the actual size of this is absolutely massive on here. We do have a little bit of mold release on there, so definitely going to want to wipe this all down. And then we get 2 of these sprues right here that have all of these parts with our structural, and then more structural and barrel or our cannon shell right here, and just all around. It looks like this is also parts of our ammunition transport assembly right through there as well. Alright, so up next we have another structural piece right here. There's no detail to it at all, just used for detail or for structural support on this. As you can see, it is absolutely massive. It is heavy on that. So, alright, so up next it looks to be our barrel elevation transfer, I guess is what it would be called. But again, some nice bolt detail on there, very large bolt detail, as you can see on both sides. And then you have this piece, which is, there's no detail to it, it's just a box right there. Alright, up next we get 2 of these right here. They do have some nice saw tooth right here. I'm guessing that these are all going to go together on that. And then we have this piece right here, which is just a solid black rod on that. Alright, up next, looks like some more ammunition or shell transport area right there. We get 2 of those. And then on this one we have some more walkway detail and also some planking detail right here with the wood grain also molded into that as well. Alright, up next we have some more pieces for our rail cars. As you can see, we have some nice detail molded in right along here, as you can see right there. And we get a lot of these parts as well. Alright, so now the main deck for our rail cars. As you can see, not much detail to it, but you're going to be adding all the other pieces to it right here. And this is a very long piece right here, measuring in at 20 3/4 inches by about 2.5 inches total. So, and you also have 4 of these, so it just gives you a visual of how big this thing is actually going to be. This is the barrel assembly, and this thing is absolutely massive. Getting just this part in, and I mean the fit on it is actually really good. Yes, you do have the seam line to sand down right there, but the fit on it is really nice, so you don't have any fight or anything like that with that. And then we have the actual tip of the barrel. Like so. That again, pretty nice. Yeah, definitely some rubber bands to hold this together while it's gluing, but it should be nice. And then you have, I can't tell how this goes. There must be something that goes in between of it right here, because there's a spring and such. But again, this barrel is going to be massive. Just this end of the barrel right here. Let me get it zoomed out all the way. Sorry for the mess that's on the workbench, but all these bags come and I have to cut them open. So just this end of the barrel is 22 7/8. No, 22.5 inches right there. And then we have the other half that is, I mean, just a little under 3/4 of the total length of that. So just, it's going to be a massive barrel. This is going to be a massive kit. So yeah, let me break this apart. Alright, so that is everything for the 1/35 scale Dora Railroad Gun. And the kit, detail on it looks fairly nice, and I'm sure that when you build it all up, it's really going to look really good, and it is absolutely going to be a massive kit. Now, it's going to take up a lot of space lengthwise and vertically, but narrow wise it shouldn't take up too much. It actually looks like it would be a nice hallway runner table or something like that for a diorama on that. But again, the thing is going to be absolutely massive. It's going to take a lot of time and prep to build it. It's going to take up a lot of space on the workbench when building it. So again, really looking forward to when I actually do get to do this. I'm going to have to find some place to put it, but again, really looking forward to it. A really nice kit. I believe some of the later releases of this kit again came with a PVC barrel, so it was a one-piece barrel, or not a one-piece, but a solid barrel. You don't have halves on that. And then also I think they came with metal wheels for the tracks as well. So that's the one thing I kind of wish I would have waited for and gotten the newer one, but that kind of works out anyways. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this inbox review, and I hope if you get the chance to get this massive kit, I hope you can get your hands on one, because it is going to be absolutely amazing when it's all done. Other than that, that's all I got. This is actually the last inbox review I have to do of all the kits in my collection. So moving on, whenever I do get a new kit to the collection, I will be doing an inbox review, but we will not be doing them on a daily basis like we have been for the last 6 months. So again, I want to thank everybody for staying tuned and watching all the inbox reviews, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell button for notifications of when I post future content. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. You stay frosty, and happy modeling.